Hello everyone. This video lesson is all about the antiderivative of an algebraic, exponential, and trigonometric function. So antiderivative of a function, okay, it is the reverse, okay, of a derivative. Okay, yung antiderivative natin, tinatawag din siyang indefinite integral. Okay, so if the derivative of the capital letter f of x is f of x, okay, then the antiderivative of f of x is the capital letter f of x plus c. Okay, so we use the capital letter f, okay, to indicate that it is the antiderivative, okay, of a particular function. Tapos, nilalagyan natin siya ng c, where c is the constant, okay, of integration. So, this constant is essential because the derivative of any constant is 0. So, ibig sabihin, okay, many functions can share the same derivative. Yan. Kasi 'di ba when we get the derivative of a function, 'di ba yung constant natin always siya nagiging 0. So dito kapag nag-antiderivative tayo, okay, para kasing antiderivative is we are like making the function go back to its original form or binabalik natin siya sa original function. Kaya nag-add tayo ng automatic na plus c, and that is the constant. Okay? Okay, so let's have first the antiderivatives of an algebraic functions. Okay, so algebraic antiderivatives primarily follow the power rule. Okay, so for any real number, n should not be equal to -1. So ito yung power or general rule natin. Okay, yung sa power rule. So ito yung wait lang. Ito yung susundan natin. Okay, so the integral of x raised to n dx is equal to x raised to n plus 1 over n plus 1 plus c. So kung mapapansin ninyo, yung power natin or yung exponent natin, which is yung n, dinadagdagan lang natin ng 1. And kapag kumukuha tayo ng antiderivative, okay, um, yung denominator natin, okay, or yung magiging denominator natin, okay, remember ha, ito yung form, so ito yung gagamitin natin, is kung ano yung exponent, yun din yung ating denominator. So, kung n plus 1 yan, for example, kung 3 yan, 3 din yung denominator natin. Okay, and always add c. Okay, so we will follow this formula or this format. Okay, so for example number 1, we have here the integral of x raised to 4 dx. So dito, gagawin lang natin, okay, gayahin natin yung format. So we have x raised to 4, okay, plus 1 over kung ano yung exponent natin, 4 plus 1. Then mag-add tayo ng c. And then i-simplify natin. So we have x raised to 4 plus 1 is x raised to 5 over 5 plus c. Okay, so ito na yung magiging antiderivative nung given function natin. Okay? Next, let's have the second example. So still, okay, algebraic function. So we have here, find the derivative or antiderivative of 7x squared. Okay, so we have to look for the antiderivative of 7x squared. So dito, meron na tayong constant na 7. So ang gagawin lang natin dyan, okay, ilalabas lang natin kumbaga yung 7. Okay, so 7, and then proceed tayo dun sa format natin, which is yung x raised to 2 plus 1 over kung ano man yung exponent, 2 plus 1 plus c. Okay, then simplify 7 times x raised to 2 plus 1 is 3 over 2 plus 1 is 3 plus c. And then i-simplify na natin, i-multiply na natin. So 7 times x cubed over 3, that is 7x cubed over 3 plus c. So ito na yung magiging final answer natin for this one. Okay? So, the integral of 7x squared with respect to x or dx, ayan, is 7x cubed over 3 plus c. Next, let's have the derivative or, sorry, antiderivative of 1 over x cube. Okay, so dito, kung mapapansin ninyo, okay, fraction siya. Okay, and then yung exponent is nasa denominator. So, kapag ganito yung format natin, pag ganito yung nakita natin, let's rewrite it first, okay, na dapat, kumbaga parang whole number siya. So, ibig sabihin, yung denominator natin dito, okay, dapat maging numerator siya. Right? So, i-rewrite muna natin siya. So, pwede mo siyang, yung 1 over x cube natin, pwede siyang masulat as x raised to negative 3. O, di ba ganon? Kapag negative, binabaliktad natin. Okay? Kapag nagsisimplify tayo ng negative exponent, kapag nasa numerator siya, gagawin mo siyang nasa denominator. Pag nasa denominator siya, gagawin mo siyang sa numerator. Okay? Dito, hindi siya negative, pero para ma-solve natin siya, okay, kailangan natin siyang gawing negative exponent. Okay, so binaliktad natin. So, magiging the integral of x raised to negative 3 dx na siya. Then, proceed na kayo sa process. Same process. Okay, so magiging x raised to negative 3 plus 1 over negative 3 plus 1 plus c. Then, simplify. X raised to negative 3 plus 1 is, of course, negative 2 over negative 2 plus c. Alright? Yan. And then, okay, after nyan, isi-simplify na natin siya. Okay? So, in here, ayan, since negative nga, okay, negative yung, may negative exponent tayo, which is yon yung negative 2, x raised to negative 2, okay, gagawin natin siyang positive. So, paano siya magiging positive? Ililipat natin siya, of course, doon sa ating denominator. Since nasa numerator siya, ilalagay naman natin siya ngayon sa denominator. Ibabalik natin siya. So, ang mangyayari dyan, since walang maiiwan sa taas, i-write ninyo 1 over, yung negative 2, retain lang yan. Okay, kasi wala naman siyang negative exponent. So, dyan lang siya. Negative 2x squared. Ayan. Plus c. Okay, so ganyan yung magiging ano natin, or pwede nyong igitna na para mas maging proper yung ating format, negative 1 over 2x squared. Kasi same lang yun. 1 divided by negative 2 is still negative 1 half. So, ganyan siya. Plus c. So, kahit alin dito yung sagot ninyo, okay lang. Ayan. So, that's it for number 3. Next, let's have number 4. O, paano naman pag may radical? So, get the antiderivative of the square root of x. Okay, pag ganito naman, tandaan ninyo, need ninyo siyang i-convert into exponential. Okay, so pag may ganito kayong nakita, ibig sabihin lang yan, pwede nyo siyang isulat as ganito. X raised to 1 half. O kapag kunyari may 3 dito, 1/3. Pag may 4, 1/4. Pag may 5, 1/5. Okay, ganun lang yon. Sobrahin ko lang. Okay? So, ito na siya. Na-write na natin siya as in exponential form. Yung dx pala. Okay. So, pwede siyang isulat as ganito. Then, proceed na tayo again doon sa rule natin. So, that is equal to x raised to 1 half plus 1 over 1 half plus 1 plus c. So, simplify natin. Okay? X raised to 1 half plus 1 is x raised to 3 over 2 over 3 over 2. Okay? Plus c. Okay? And then, after nyan, syempre, kailangan natin siyang i-simplify o i-simplify natin to kasi alangan 3 over 2 double ano siya, fraction. So, the simplified form of that, of course, is, i-divide nyo siya dito. So, babalik na rin ninyo. Get the reciprocal, parang magiging times siya. 'Di ba? When we are dividing fraction, you will get the reciprocal of the divisor and then proceed with the multiplication. So, ano ang reciprocal ng 3/2? That is 2/3. So, magiging 2/3 times x, okay, raised to 3/2. Okay, para mas makita ninyo. So, yung sinasabi ko, di ba, x raised to 3/2, okay, divided by, kasi ang itsura niyan, divided by 3/2, right? So, di ba, pag nagmumultiply tayo ng fraction, ginagawa nating multiplication yung division and get the reciprocal of the divisor. So, ang mangyayari, x raised to 3/2 times 2/3. Kinuha natin yung reciprocal nito, kaya naging ganyan. So, pag minultiply nyo yan, okay, ang makukuha nating sagot, of course, ay 2/3 x raised to 3/2 plus c. So, ito na yung magiging final answer natin. Yan. Next, for the last example, we have here two terms na, 3x minus 5. So, get the antiderivative of 3x minus 5. So, parang combination siya ng mga um, nauna natin. So, in here, okay, para mas maintindihan ninyo, kasi combination nga siya ng mga nauna natin, okay, ihihiwalay lang natin siya. So, parang ang mangyayari, the integral of 3x dx minus the integral of 5 dx. Yan. So, ayan. So, paano siya? We have, magiging 3, okay, times x, okay, raised to 1 yan. Siyempre, may exponent yan. Plus 1 over 1 plus 1. Okay? Minus, ayan, yung 5 natin, okay, tatandaan ninyo, since, yan, 5 lang siya, constant siya. Pag ganyan yung case natin, ang ilalagay lang natin dyan, dadagdagan natin siya ng x. O, di ba ganun naman? Ano ang ano ang derivative ng 5x? Okay, constant, ano ang antiderivative ng identity o identity rule in getting the derivative. So, ano ang derivative ng 5x? 'Di ba 5? Okay, sige. So, ibig sabihin, kapag 5 lang yung given, dadagdagan natin siya ng x. Okay, pag may given tayo na constant, always yung dadagdagan natin siya ng x. So, magiging minus 5x. Tapos, isimplify lang ninyo itong nauna. So, we have 3 times x squared over 2 minus 5x. Tapos, to simplify it more, i-times nyo lang, 3x squared over 2. Tinimes lang natin 3 times x squared over 2, that is 3x squared over 2, minus 5x plus, of course, dagdagan nyo ng c, plus c. So, ganun lang yung gagawin natin. Okay? Next, let's have the antiderivatives of exponential functions. Okay, so exponential functions are unique because they are their own derivatives. Okay, mostly. Okay, pag sinabi nating exponential function. The general rules, ito yung general rules natin. So sabi niya dyan, the integral of e raised to x dx or with respect to x is equal to e raised to x plus c. So, kung mapapansin ninyo, yung integral or yung antiderivative ng e raised to x is itself, tapos mag-a-add ka lang ng c. Okay? And then, the next rule is that the integral of a raised to x dx is equal to a raised to x over ln times yung a natin plus c. So, yung a natin, yan yung number ha. Number. Okay? So, 1, 2, 3 or any number na nandyan. So, kung mapapansin ninyo, yung antiderivative niya, siya lang yung numerator, and then yung denominator natin, dadagdagan nyo lang siya ng ln, okay, or natural logarithm, okay, na symbol. So, ln, then yung mismong number itself, ita-times mo lang siya dyan, or simply, ayan na siya. Okay, plus c. So, let's have the first example here. Of course, the antiderivative of e raised to x is, andyan na siya mismo, yan na yung main rule natin, is e raised to x plus c. So, siya na yun mismo, yung sarili niya mismo, yung antiderivative niya. Next, let's have number 2. So, in here, we have to get for the antiderivative of 5 raised to x. Okay, so 5 raised to x. So ito, ang gagamitin natin yung rule number 2, yung pangalawa, kasi nga, may a na siya or may number na siya, hindi na siya letter e. So, ang mangyayari dyan, numerator lang yung sarili niya, 5 raised to x over, lagyan lang natin ng ln, and then, okay, times nyo sa 5 plus c. Okay, so yun na mismo yung answer natin. Okay. Ayan, next, let's have number 3. So we have here, let's find the antiderivative of e raised to 3x. So kung mapapansin niyo dito, okay, ang gagamitin natin is yung first rule natin, kasi may e tayo. Pero as you can see, meron tayong 3 dyan sa exponent. So paano yan? So pag may nakita kayong ganyan, okay, ang gagawin niyo dyan, you have to write, or yun, idadagdag ninyo 1/3, kasi 3 siya, kapag 2, 1/2, ganyan. So, since 3 siya, so we have 1/3 times, okay, times e, ikakopy lang ninyo, e raised to 3x, okay, plus c. Tapos, isi-simplify na natin. So, ita-times natin yung 1/3 sa e raised to 3x. Okay, so ganyan yung format na gagawin natin. So, pag na-simplify na yan, 1 times e raised to 3x is e raised to 3x over yung denominator natin na 3 plus c. So, ito na yung magiging final answer natin for the antiderivative of e raised to 3x. Next, number 4, we have the integral of the quantity of e raised to x plus 2x dx. So, in here, paghiwalayin natin siya para mas ma-solve natin ng, or mas maintindihan natin, paghiwalayin natin yung dalawa. So, the integral of e raised to x dx plus the integral of 2 raised to x dx. So, combination siya nung dalawa. So, ang mangyayari dito, ano ang antiderivative nito, nung first term, we have, of course, e, okay, raised to x. Plus, ano ang antiderivative nito, follow natin yung rule natin. So, we have the numerator 2 raised to x over, okay, the ln of 2 plus c. So, yun na yung magiging final answer natin for number 4. So, dapat tandaan nyo lang talaga yung rules natin or yung format kung paano ba siya ginagawa. Next, let's have the last example. So, in here, we have to find for the antiderivative of 4e raised to negative x. Okay, so the integral of 4e raised to negative x dx. So, dito, kapag ganyan yung nakita natin, ang gagawin natin, okay, ilalabas natin yung constant, it will remain the same. So, ilalabas natin yung constant, then, times, okay, e, okay, hindi siya magiging simply ganito lang ha, kasi ang case natin ngayon, may negative exponent siya. So, tatandaan ninyo class, kapag may negative exponent, okay, i-copy nyo yun, okay, so e raised to negative x, and then, yung negative exponent, ilalagay din natin siya sa denominator. Okay, yung anong tawag dito? Yung numerical coefficient nung exponent natin. So, understood, di ba, pag x, meron yung automatic 1 na kasama. So, negative 1. Ibababa natin siya or ilalagay natin siya sa denominator. Okay? Plus c. And then, isi-simplify natin, magiging 4 times e raised to negative x is 4e raised to negative x over negative 1 plus c. Or kapag sinimplify natin yan, 4 divided by negative 1 is negative 4e raised to negative x plus c. So, ito na yung magiging final answer natin. So, tandaan nyo na kapag may negative exponent, kung ano man yung numerical coefficient niya, ilalagay nyo rin siya sa denominator. Okay, that's for exponential functions. Next, let's have the antiderivatives of trigonometric functions. So the following formulas are derived by reversing the standard differentiation rules. Okay, so in each case, C represents the constant of integration. So meron tayong 6 actually, 6 basic, okay, or common formulas when we are dealing with the antiderivative of a trigonometric function. So we have here yung basic, yung sine and cosine, and then the reciprocal related function. So sabi dito, the antiderivative daw ng sine x is equal kay negative cosine x plus c. Okay? Then, ang antiderivative naman ng cosine x ay equal kay sine x plus c. Okay? Then, for this one, the next one, we have here the second square x, okay? So the antiderivative of that is the tangent x plus c. Then we have cosecant square x, okay, that is equal, or the antiderivative of that is negative cotangent x plus c. And then for this one, for secant x, tangent x, okay, the antiderivative of that is secant x plus c. And then for cosecant x, cotangent x, the antiderivative for that is negative cos secant x plus c. So, tatandaan nyo tong rule na ito, dapat memorize ninyo para ma-solve ninyo or para masagutan ninyo when we are dealing with the antiderivative of trigonometric functions. Ayan. So, the first example, ayan, nilagay ko na siya sa gilid, okay, para may guide tayo. Ayan. So, example number 1, let's find the integral of cosine x dx, okay, or the antiderivative of cosine x. Oh, so, given na siya dyan, actually, ayan, o, antiderivative ng cosine x, that is equal kay sine x plus c. So, ito na yung magiging final answer natin. Ayan. Next is, ayan, given na din siya. So, sine x, okay? So, the antiderivative of that is negative cosine x plus c. So, dapat tatandaan nyo lang siya. Ganun lang siya. Okay? Yan. Next, we have here secant square x. Okay, the integral of secant square x dx. Okay? So, actually, andyan na rin pala siya. So, we have here tangent x plus c. Okay? So, ganyan lang. Tandaan nyo lang yung rule natin. Next, let's have example number 4. So, the integral of sine 4x, okay, dx. So, kailangan nating hanapin yung antiderivative ng sine 4x. So, dito, hindi na lang siya sine x, meron na siyang numerical coefficient na 4, okay, kasama ng variable natin na x. So, paano pag ganyan yung nakita ninyong itsura ng function natin? Ang gagawin natin dyan, okay, since ayan, negative siya, right? Ayan, may negative dyan. Ang gagawin natin dyan, we have to get the reciprocal of that number. Ayan, so negative, ano natin yung negative? Yung reciprocal nung number na given, which is 1/4. Okay, then, i-write lang ninyo yung cosine, tapos ano yung sa x natin, of course, 4x plus c. Okay? Tapos, o pwede nyo siyang isimplify yan, negative 1/4 times cosine 4x, that is negative cosine 4x over 4 plus c. Okay? So, yan na yung magiging final answer natin. You just have to get the reciprocal of the given numerical coefficient. Okay? Ayan. Next, let's have number 5. That is the integral of the quantity 2 cosine x plus secant x tangent x dx. So, we have to get for the antiderivative of this one. Ayan. So, ayan. Ilalabas, kapag ganito yung given natin, ilalabas lang natin, dito ko na lang isulat, ilalabas natin yung 2 dyan sa unahan natin, yung constant natin, and then, yan, paghihiwalayin natin sila. Okay? Paghihiwalayin natin sila. So, cosine x dx, okay, plus yung integral ng secant x tangent x dx. Okay? Tapos, follow natin yung rule. Actually, nasa rule yan. So, dito, ikakopy lang yung 2. Walang mangyayari dun sa 2 as is siya. So, magiging the same lang or i-retain lang natin yung 2. Tapos, cosine x. O ano ba ang antiderivative ng cosine x? Of course, we have sine x. And then, plus, copy lang natin. Ano ang antiderivative ng secant x tangent x? Nandyan siya. So, magiging secant x, then yung, huwag kakalimutan, yung c natin. So, ito na yung magiging final answer. Again, kapag may constant tayo dyan sa unahan natin, or kung may ano man, constant tayo, remain the same yun. Okay? So, that's it for this video lesson. Hope na intindihan. Okay? Yun lang. Thank you so much.